The local sheriff's department called an accident, an unfortunate mishap on a hunting trail. The case was closed in 2 days. But one intern saw something that didn't fit. And when she came forward, she tore the lid off a small-town secret that had been buried for years. Subscribe to this channel for more shocking true crime stories. Like, comment, and share if you believe no voice is too small to make an impact. It was the morning of September 4th in Broward County, a quiet rural town nestled in the mountains. Locals described it as the kind of place where everyone knew each other's names, and the sheriff waved at kids from his patrol car. But that illusion shattered when the body of Ethan Carver, a 34-year-old wildlife photographer, was found face down near Blackwood Trail. His rifle lay nearby. His backpack was torn open, and there were deep bruises on the back of his head. The sheriff's department issued a statement by that evening. Ethan Carver died from a self-inflicted fall. No foul play suspected. His family didn't buy it. His sister, Megan Carver, publicly questioned the ruling. She said Ethan was an experienced hiker and knew that trail better than anyone. You don't crack your skull falling on soft dirt, she said. But in a town where the sheriff's word was law, no one wanted push. Alyssa Green, 22 years old, was a criminal justice student interning with the Broward County Sheriff's Department for college credit. Her job was mostly administrative, filing reports, organizing evidence, and shadowing deputies. She had been there 3 weeks when Ethan's body was brought in. Alyssa noticed oddities in the report. The time of death listed didn't match the body temperature noted by paramedics. A witness statement by a hiker named Greg Halden was missing from file, and there was no mention of the deep contusions on Ethan's arms. She asked her supervisor, Deputy Langley, about the inconsistencies. Langley's answer? You're not here to investigate. Just do your job. That's when Alyssa started taking notes. Over the next 2 weeks, Alyssa quietly gathered information. She saw surveillance footage from a nearby gas station time-stamped just an hour before Ethan was found. It showed Deputy Hal Mason arguing with Ethan in the parking lot. She dug further. Internal GPS data from patrol vehicles revealed that Mason's cruiser was near Blackwood Trail at the same time Ethan's estimated time of death. Alyssa brought this to Deputy Langley again. He stared at her, shut the folder, and said, "Watch yourself. That man is family around here." It was clear this wasn't a mistake. It was a cover-up. With nowhere else to go, Alyssa contacted Megan Carver directly. They met secretly at a library in the next town over. Alyssa handed her copies of the internal logs, photos, and redacted statements. Megan broke down crying. She knew Ethan had been working on a documentary about police corruption. He'd even hinted that some of the people he was filming were threatening him. Megan took the documents straight to a regional investigative reporter, Laura Chin, who had covered law enforcement scandals in the past. And Laura ran the story. Front page headline: Broward County Sheriff accused of covering up photographer's death. The article blew up. State investigators were brought in. Sheriff Holbrook denied everything. He said Alyssa Green was a naive intern misinterpreting data. But under pressure, the department was forced to hand over Ethan's full case file to the State Bureau of Investigation. Within a week, Deputy Hal Mason was placed on administrative leave. 2 weeks later, cell phone data placed him at the crime scene. Then came the autopsy review. Ethan hadn't just fallen. He had been struck multiple times with a blunt object. His death was reclassified as homicide. Deputy Mason was arrested. Alyssa testified in front of a grand jury. In court, prosecutors revealed that Ethan had filmed several confrontations between deputies and civilians. One video allegedly showed Mason roughing up a teenager during a bogus traffic stop. Ethan had threatened to go public. Mason's motive became clear: silence the whistleblower before he could expose the department. He was sentenced to 25 years without parole. Sheriff Holbrook was not charged but resigned amid public pressure. Today, Alyssa Green is a criminal justice reform advocate. She says she never intended to be a hero, but when she saw the truth being buried, she couldn't stay silent. Megan Carver launched the Ethan Foundation, helping families who believe their loved ones' cases were mishandled by local law enforcement. And Broward County learned a hard lesson. Even in the smallest towns, Corruption can grow unless someone dares to speak up. One intern, one file, one truth buried under a lie. Alyssa Green didn't have a badge, but she had something stronger, a conscience. And that was all it took to bring down a wall of silence. Subscribe for more stories that expose hidden truths. Like, comment, and share if you believe no one is above the law.